The thundering cascade of water plummets 2,425 feet from granite cliffs, creating a mist that rises hundreds of feet into the air. Standing at the base of Yosemite Falls, I'm reminded why North America's natural landscapes have captivated explorers and travelers for centuries. Welcome to Epic Travel 360's definitive guide to North America's 50 most extraordinary destinations. I'm Robert, and over the next 30 minutes, I'll take you on a journey across 3 countries, 23 states, and 5 Canadian provinces to discover the most breathtaking landscapes, vibrant cities, and cultural treasures this continent has to offer. This isn't just another generic list of popular spots. We've spent 2 years researching and personally visiting over 200 locations to curate this collection of 50 destinations that represent the absolute best of North America in 2025. From iconic national parks that showcase nature's grandeur to hidden urban gems that most travelers overlook, we've organized these destinations into 7 distinct categories to help you plan your perfect North American adventure. What makes this guide different is our commitment to providing not just inspiration, but actionable insights. For each destination, you'll learn the optimal time to visit, how to avoid the crowds, and the specific experiences that make each place truly special. Whether you're planning a weekend getaway or a month-long exploration, this guide will help you maximize every moment of your journey. And for those who stay until the end, I'll share our exclusive North America Dream Route, a perfectly optimized 30-day itinerary that connects 15 of these destinations in a logical sequence, including transportation recommendations, accommodation suggestions, and insider tips you won't find anywhere else. Let's begin our journey with the most awe-inspiring category, North America's natural wonders. Landscapes so magnificent, they've become iconic symbols of the continent's wild beauty. North America's national parks represent the continent's greatest conservation achievement, vast protected landscapes that preserve extraordinary ecosystems for future generations. These 10 destinations showcase the breathtaking diversity of North America's natural heritage. Destination number 1, Grand Canyon National Park, Arizona. The Grand Canyon defies simple description, a colossal chasm stretching 277 miles long, up to 18 miles wide and over a mile deep. What many visitors miss, however, is that the canyon offers radically different experiences depending on which rim you visit. The South Rim, accessible year-round, provides the classic panoramic views featured in photographs, but receives 90% of the park's visitors. For a more intimate experience, the North Rim, open only from May to October due to heavy winter snow, offers equally spectacular vistas with just a fraction of the crowds. The hidden gem within this iconic destination is the Torrewieep Overlook on the North Rim, a remote viewpoint accessible only by high-clearance vehicles that offers a 3,000-foot vertical drop directly to the Colorado River below, creating one of the most dramatic vistas in North America. For 2025, the park has introduced a new sunrise shuttle service that allows visitors to reach prime photography locations before dawn without needing a vehicle permit, a game-changer for capturing the canyon in perfect light. Destination number 2, Banff National Park, Alberta, Canada. Canada's first national park remains its crown jewel, a wilderness of turquoise lakes, snow-capped peaks, and abundant wildlife in the heart of the Canadian Rockies. While Lake Louise and Moraine Lake draw the largest crowds, now requiring advance reservations during summer, equally stunning alternatives exist nearby. Peyto Lake, shaped like a wolf's head when viewed from Bow Summit, offers comparable beauty with significantly fewer visitors, especially before 10 a.m. or after 4 p.m. The Johnston Canyon Ice Walk has become Banff's premier winter experience, a guided trek along frozen waterfalls illuminated by special lighting during evening tours, creating an otherworldly blue glow within the ice formations. Destination number 3, Zion National Park, Utah. Zion's towering sandstone cliffs and narrow slot canyons create a desert landscape unlike any other, where vibrant red rock contrasts with lush riverside vegetation. While Angel's Landing gets all the attention and now requires a permit through a lottery system, the nearby Observation Point Trail offers superior views of the entire canyon from an even higher vantage point, with no permit required and significantly fewer hikers. The secret season in Zion is late November through February, when temperatures are cool but pleasant for hiking. Fall colors or winter dusting of snow transforms the landscape, and visitor numbers drop by 70%, allowing for a more contemplative experience of this spiritual place. For photography enthusiasts, the Canyon Overlook Trail at sunset offers the perfect combination of accessibility, just a 1-mile round trip, and spectacular light as the setting sun illuminates the entire main canyon with a golden glow. Destination number 4, Yellowstone National Park, spanning Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho. The world's first national park remains one of its most extraordinary, a geothermal wonderland of geysers, hot springs, and wildlife-rich valleys spanning 3 states. While Old Faithful draws predictable crowds, the upper geyser basin surrounding it contains 150 geothermal features that many visitors overlook. The Morning Glory Pool, just a mile beyond Old Faithful, offers rainbow-colored waters that rival the more famous Grand Prismatic Spring, but with a fraction of the visitors if you arrive before 9 a.m. Lamar Valley, nicknamed America's Serengeti, offers North America's best wolf-watching opportunities, particularly in winter, when the contrast between wolves and snow makes spotting easier. The park's official wolf tracking guides now offer specialized photography workshops focused on ethical wildlife observation techniques. For 2025, Yellowstone has introduced a new reservation system for the Grand Prismatic Spring Overlook, allowing visitors to book specific time slots and preventing the overcrowding that previously diminished the experience. Destination number 5, Olympic National Park, Washington. Olympic represents North America's most diverse national park, encompassing temperate rainforest, alpine meadows, and rugged coastline in a single protected area. The Hoh rainforest receives the most attention, but the nearby Quinault rainforest offers equally impressive ancient trees with significantly fewer visitors. The world's largest Sitka spruce tree, with a circumference of 31 feet, stands just a short walk from the Quinault Lake parking area. The park's coastal section contains North America's longest undeveloped coastline, where tide pools teem with colorful marine life. Rialto Beach's sea stacks and driftwood formations create otherworldly scenes, particularly during winter storm season, when massive Pacific waves crash against the shore. For 2025, the park has opened the previously restricted Enchanted Valley Trail system, offering backpackers access to a remote valley known for its abundant black bear population and historic chalet built in the 1930s, now carefully preserved as a wilderness shelter. Destination number 6, Yosemite National Park, California. Yosemite's granite monoliths and thundering waterfalls have inspired artists and adventurers for generations, creating an iconic landscape that defines the American wilderness experience. While Yosemite Valley understandably draws crowds, the park's high country along Tioga Road offers equally spectacular alpine scenery with a fraction of the visitors. Tuolumne Meadows in early July presents a dazzling wildflower display across vast subalpine meadows framed by granite domes. The secret season in Yosemite is late October, when fall colors transform the valley. The summer crowds have departed, and the first dusting of snow on the high peaks creates perfect photography conditions without winter access restrictions. Destination number 7, Glacier National Park, Montana. Known as the crown of the continent, Glacier preserves some of North America's most pristine mountain ecosystems, with alpine lakes, meadows, and receding glaciers that give the park its name. The Going to the Sun Road justifiably receives attention as one of America's most scenic drives, but the park's North Fork area offers comparable mountain scenery with 90% fewer visitors. Bowman Lake, accessible via a rough dirt road, provides mirror-like reflections of surrounding peaks in early morning, creating perfect photography conditions. The hidden gem within Glacier is the Belly River Trail in the park's northeast corner, a moderate hike leading to some of North America's most productive grizzly bear habitat, where wildlife sightings are frequent but hikers are rare. For 2025, Glacier has expanded its native plant restoration program, creating spectacular wildflower meadows along the Hidden Lake Trail that peak in mid-July, offering both ecological benefits and enhanced visitor experiences. North America's cities offer some of the world's most dynamic urban experiences. Vibrant cultural hubs where history, innovation, and diversity create unique metropolitan identities. These 10 urban destinations showcase the continent's most compelling cityscapes and neighborhoods. Destination number 11, New York City, New York. The ultimate North American metropolis continues to reinvent itself while preserving the iconic elements that make it instantly recognizable worldwide. While Times Square and the Statue of Liberty draw predictable crowds, the city's most authentic experiences now center around its distinctive neighborhoods. The Lower East Side's Essex Market has transformed into a culinary destination where over 20 vendors represent the city's diverse food traditions in a historic setting dating back to 1888. The hidden gem within New York is the recently completed Little Island at Pier 55, a floating park built on tulip-shaped concrete columns in the Hudson River that combines innovative architecture with performance spaces and gardens, creating an urban oasis with spectacular views of the Manhattan skyline. For 2025, New York has introduced the 5-borough Cultural Pass, allowing visitors unlimited access to over 30 museums and cultural institutions across all 5 boroughs for a single weekly fee, a game-changer for cultural exploration beyond Manhattan. Destination number 12, Mexico City, Mexico. North America's largest city has emerged as the continent's most exciting cultural capital, a metropolis where ancient history and cutting-edge creativity coexist in a vibrant urban landscape. While the historic Zócalo and Frida Kahlo Museum draw consistent crowds, the city's Roma and Condesa neighborhoods have become global destinations for design, cuisine, and architecture. The Mercado Roma Food Hall showcases Mexico's diverse culinary traditions in a contemporary setting that has inspired similar concepts across North America. The hidden gem within Mexico City is the Luis Barragan House and Studio, the perfectly preserved home of Mexico's most influential architect, where bold color, dramatic light, and serene spaces create an emotional experience that has influenced a generation of designers worldwide. For 2025, Mexico City has expanded its Sunday Ciclovia program, closing over 35 miles of major streets to vehicles and opening them exclusively to cyclists and pedestrians, creating North America's largest weekly urban recreation space. Destination number 13, Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Consistently ranked among the world's most livable cities, Vancouver offers a unique combination of urban sophistication and immediate access to wilderness, creating North America's definitive outdoor city. While Stanley Park and Granville Island attract most visitors, the revitalized False Creek Olympic Village area has emerged as the city's most dynamic neighborhood, where sustainable architecture, public art, and waterfront access create a model for 21st century urban development. The hidden gem within Vancouver is the Polygon Gallery in North Vancouver, a contemporary art space focusing on photography and media arts, housed in a striking building with panoramic views of the city skyline across Burrard Inlet, accessible via a scenic 12-minute sea-bus ride from downtown. For 2025, Vancouver has completed its Sea-to-Sky Cultural Corridor, connecting downtown cultural institutions to mountain destinations via dedicated shuttle services and integrated programming, allowing visitors to experience both urban and alpine environments in a single day. America's most distinctive city continues to honor its multicultural heritage while evolving beyond the familiar French Quarter experience into a multifaceted destination where music, cuisine and architecture create an atmosphere unlike anywhere else in North America. While Bourbon Street draws predictable crowds, the nearby Frenchman Street offers a more authentic music experience, where local musicians perform nightly in intimate venues without the tourist-oriented atmosphere of the more famous thoroughfare. The hidden gem within New Orleans is the Studio B Warehouse in the Bywater neighborhood, an immersive art space where artist Brandon B. Mike Odoms has created massive murals and installations exploring African American identity and social justice, creating one of America's most powerful contemporary art experiences. For 2025, New Orleans has introduced the Creole Food Trail mobile app, guiding visitors to family-owned restaurants throughout the city's diverse neighborhoods, with augmented reality features that reveal the historical and cultural significance of specific dishes and ingredients. Destination number 15, Quebec City, Quebec, Canada. North America's most European city preserves its walled old town, while developing new cultural attractions that highlight both its French heritage and contemporary creativity. While the historic Château Frontenac and Petit Champlain district draw consistent crowds, the revitalized Saint-Roch neighborhood has emerged as the city's creative hub, where technology startups, culinary innovators, and artists have transformed former industrial spaces into dynamic venues. The hidden gem within Quebec City is the Monastère des Augustins, a 17th-century monastery converted into a unique wellness hotel and museum, where guests can experience contemplative practices in historic spaces while learning about the Augustinian sisters who established North America's first hospital north of Mexico. For 2025, Quebec City has expanded its winter programming beyond the famous Winter Carnival to include the Lumiere Festival, where interactive light installations transform the snow-covered landscape into an immersive artistic experience throughout the Old Town and along the Saint. Destination number 16, Chicago, Illinois. America's architectural showcase continues to evolve its distinctive skyline while developing new public spaces that have transformed the urban experience along its lakefront and river corridors. While Millennium Park and the Art Institute attract consistent crowds, the recently completed 606 elevated park and the expanded Chicago Riverwalk have created new ways to experience the city from unique perspectives, with the Riverwalk's distinctive architectural boat tours offering the most comprehensive introduction to the city's famous buildings. The hidden gem within Chicago is the Cultural Center, a Beaux-Arts masterpiece housing the world's largest Tiffany glass dome, where free cultural programming, exhibitions and performances take place daily in one of America's most spectacular public buildings. For 2025, Chicago has introduced the Neighborhood Gateway program, creating architectural landmarks and cultural spaces in communities beyond downtown, with the new Bronzeville Performing Arts Center showcasing the African American cultural heritage of the city's South Side. Destination number 17, San Francisco, California. The city by the bay balances its iconic landmarks with innovative urban projects that address 21st-century challenges while preserving the distinctive character that makes it immediately recognizable worldwide. While the Golden Gate Bridge and Fisherman's Wharf draw predictable crowds, the revitalized Presidio, a former military base transformed into a 1,500-acre urban national park, offers a unique combination of historic architecture, contemporary art installations, and spectacular bay views, particularly from the recently completed Tunnel Tops Park built over a highway. The hidden gem within San Francisco is the Wave Organ, an acoustic sculpture on a jetty in the Marina District that amplifies the sounds of bay waters moving through pipes, creating an ever-changing natural symphony that's best experienced at high tide. For 2025, San Francisco has expanded its Living Innovation Zones program, installing climate-responsive urban infrastructure throughout the city that demonstrates sustainable technologies while creating distinctive public spaces, like the fog-harvesting water features in the Mission District. North America's coastlines stretch for over 95,000 miles, creating an extraordinary diversity of coastal environments, from tropical beaches and barrier islands to rugged cliffs and pristine bays. These 10 coastal and island destinations showcase the continent's most spectacular meeting points between land and sea. Destination 21, Kauai, Hawaii. The oldest and most dramatically sculpted of Hawaii's major islands offers North America's most diverse tropical landscape, a place where lush rainforests, plunging cliffs, and pristine beaches create a paradise for nature lovers and adventure seekers. While Poipu Beach and the accessible sections of Waimea Canyon draw consistent crowds, the island's north shore offers equally spectacular scenery with significantly fewer visitors, particularly during shoulder seasons. The Kalalau Trail along the Nepali coast provides North America's most dramatic coastal hiking experience, though permits for the full trail must be secured months in advance. The hidden gem within Kauai is Polyhale State Park, a remote beach accessible only by dirt road on the island's western shore, where 17 miles of pristine sand backed by towering cliffs create one of Hawaii's most spectacular and least visited coastal landscapes. For 2025, Kauai has implemented a comprehensive sustainability program that includes visitor education, reef-safe sunscreen requirements, and community-led restoration projects that allow travelers to participate in conservation efforts during their visit. Destination 22, Outer Banks, North Carolina. This 200-mile string of barrier islands offers North America's most accessible coastal wilderness, a landscape of shifting dunes, maritime forests, and historic lighthouses where the Atlantic Ocean meets the mainland. While the northern beaches of Kitty Hawk and Nag's Head draw summer crowds, the southern islands of Ocracoke and Portsmouth offer equally beautiful beaches with significantly fewer visitors, particularly during the spring and fall shoulder seasons when weather remains pleasant but crowds diminish. The hidden gem within the Outer Banks is Portsmouth Island, an abandoned village accessible only by private boat, where historic buildings from the 18th and 19th centuries stand preserved in a landscape of dunes and tidal marshes, creating one of the East Coast's most atmospheric destinations. For 2025, the Outer Banks has expanded its Dark Sky Park designation, creating dedicated observation areas for astronomical viewing and implementing lighting ordinances that have made it the premier stargazing destination on the eastern seaboard. Destination 23, Big Sur, California. The rugged meeting of the Santa Lucia Mountains and the Pacific Ocean creates North America's most dramatic coastal landscape, a 90-mile stretch of winding highway where redwood forests, plunging cliffs, and pristine coves create an unforgettable journey. While McWay Falls and Bixby Bridge draw predictable crowds, the southern section of Big Sur offers equally spectacular coastal scenery with significantly fewer visitors. The Sand Dollar Beach area provides accessible tide pools, wide sandy beaches, and dramatic rock formations without the tour buses that congregate at the more famous northern landmarks. The hidden gem within Big Sur is the New Camaldoli Hermitage, a Benedictine monastery perched on a mountainside 1,300 feet above the Pacific, where visitors can stay in simple retreats with panoramic ocean views, experiencing the contemplative atmosphere that has attracted spiritual seekers for decades. For 2025, Big Sur has implemented a reservation system for its most popular viewpoints, dramatically reducing congestion while ensuring visitors can experience iconic locations like McWay Falls without the crowds that previously diminished the experience.
The meeting of ancient Maya civilization, pristine Caribbean beaches, and the world's second-largest barrier reef creates one of North America's most distinctive coastal destinations, a place where cultural heritage and natural beauty create unique experiences. While Tulum's beach zone has become increasingly developed, the adjacent Siankaan Biosphere Reserve offers 1.3 million acres of protected coastal ecosystems, including pristine beaches, mangrove forests, and coral reefs accessible only through guided tours that limit visitor numbers and environmental impact. The hidden gem within this region is the network of cenotes, or natural sinkholes, that punctuate the limestone landscape inland from the coast. Cenote dos Ojos offers spectacular underground swimming in crystal-clear freshwater caverns illuminated by shafts of sunlight penetrating from the surface. For 2025, the region has implemented a comprehensive sustainability initiative that includes plastic reduction, reef protection zones, and community-based tourism projects that direct economic benefits to Maya communities while preserving cultural traditions. This protected coastal area spans 160 miles across 2 states, preserving North America's finest examples of pristine barrier islands, where sugar-white quartz sand beaches and clear emerald waters create a subtropical paradise. While Pensacola Beach draws summer crowds, the more remote islands, accessible only by boat, offer identical sand quality and water clarity with a fraction of the visitors. Ship Island off the Mississippi coast provides a perfect day trip with historic Fort Massachusetts, pristine beaches, and frequent dolphin sightings during the ferry crossing. The hidden gem within the national seashore is the Naval Live Oaks area near Gulf Breeze, Florida, a peninsula covered in ancient oak forest with secluded beaches and hiking trails that showcase the diverse coastal ecosystems beyond the famous sandy beaches. For 2025, the National Seashore has expanded its ranger-led programs to include nighttime sea turtle monitoring during nesting season, allowing visitors to participate in conservation efforts while experiencing the beaches in a completely different atmosphere. North America's largest Pacific island offers an extraordinary diversity of coastal adventures, from temperate rainforests and rugged surf beaches to charming harbor towns and remote wilderness areas accessible only by boat or float plane. While Victoria and Tofino draw consistent crowds, the island's northern and western coasts offer equally spectacular scenery with significantly fewer visitors. The remote fishing village of Cuquot provides access to pristine wilderness areas where visitors can kayak among orcas and humpback whales in protected inlets, without the tour boats that congregate in more accessible areas. The hidden gem within Vancouver Island is the Wild Pacific Trail near Ucluelet, a series of pathways along dramatic headlands where winter storm watching has become a signature experience, with waves crashing against rocky shores while visitors observe from perfectly positioned viewing platforms. For 2025, Vancouver Island has expanded its Indigenous tourism initiatives, with First Nations communities offering authentic cultural experiences that provide deeper understanding of the island's original inhabitants and their continuing relationship with coastal environments. While San Juan attracts most visitors to this Caribbean island, the less developed western coast offers North America's most accessible blend of tropical beaches, bioluminescent bays, and vibrant cultural experiences without leaving U.S. territory. The town of Rincon has emerged as a perfect base for exploring this region, with world-class surfing beaches, whale-watching opportunities from January through March, and a laid-back atmosphere that contrasts with the more developed eastern resort areas. The hidden gem within this region is Gilligan's Island, or Cayo Aurora, a small mangrove island in Guanica Bay, accessible by ferry or kayak, where crystal-clear channels through the mangroves create natural swimming pools with perfect visibility and abundant marine life. For 2025, Puerto Rico has expanded its sustainable tourism certification program, identifying businesses that meet strict environmental and cultural preservation standards while providing economic benefits to local communities recovering from recent hurricanes. The majestic meeting of mountains and sea creates North America's most dramatic Atlantic coastline, a landscape where granite peaks rise directly from the ocean, offering a serene combination of alpine and maritime environments in close proximity. While Thunderhole and Cadillac Mountain attract predictable crowds, the park's Schoodic Peninsula section on the mainland offers equally spectacular coastal serenity with significantly fewer visitors. The Schoodic Point area provides perfect opportunities to observe the powerful Atlantic surf crashing against pink granite shores, all in a serene setting without the tour buses that gather at more accessible locations. The hidden gem within Acadia is the network of historic carriage roads, 45 miles of crushed stone pathways built by John D. Rockefeller Jr. in the early 20th century, where stone bridges, native vegetation, and carefully designed viewpoints create one of North America's finest examples of landscape architecture. For 2025, Acadia has expanded its car-free experience periods, closing certain park roads to vehicles during peak times and providing enhanced shuttle services, dramatically improving the visitor experience while reducing environmental impact. This car-free island north of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula offers North America's most perfect balance of accessibility and preservation. A place where white sand beaches, shallow turquoise waters and abundant marine life create a laid-back paradise just a short ferry ride from the mainland. The island's main attraction is swimming with whale sharks, the world's largest fish, which congregate in the nutrient-rich waters between Holbox and Contoy Island from June through September. Strict regulations limit the number of boats and swimmers, ensuring both visitor safety and minimal impact on these gentle giants. The hidden gem within Holbox is Punta Cocos, a remote beach on the island's western tip accessible only by bicycle or golf cart, where perfect sunset views and bioluminescent waters after dark create magical experiences far from the island's central area. For 2025, Holbox has implemented comprehensive waste management and water conservation programs that have made it a model for sustainable island tourism, with visitor education components that create awareness of fragile coastal ecosystems. Often called North America's Galapagos, these 5 islands off the Southern California coast preserve unique ecosystems that have evolved in isolation, creating a coastal wilderness experience just a short boat ride from one of the continent's most populated regions. While Santa Cruz Island receives most visitors, the more remote Santa Rosa Island offers equally spectacular landscapes with significantly fewer people. The Lobo Canyon Trail on Santa Rosa leads through a dramatic sandstone canyon to a pristine beach where elephant seals haul out seasonally, creating wildlife viewing opportunities without the crowds found on more accessible islands. The hidden gem within the Channel Islands is the world-class snorkeling and diving in the protected marine sanctuary surrounding the islands, where kelp forests create underwater cathedrals inhabited by colorful fish, playful sea lions, and occasionally migrating whales visible from the surface. For 2025, the park has expanded its live underwater camera program, allowing virtual exploration of marine ecosystems through high-definition streaming video from multiple locations around the islands, creating both educational opportunities and preview experiences for potential visitors. Coastal and marine wonders await at Channel Islands National Park. North America's rich cultural heritage spans thousands of years, from ancient indigenous civilizations to colonial settlements and modern multicultural communities. These 10 destinations showcase the continent's most significant historical sites and cultural landscapes, offering windows into the diverse peoples and traditions that have shaped North America. This extraordinary archaeological preserve protects North America's most extensive and best-preserved ancient cliff dwellings, a landscape where ancestral Puebloan people built sophisticated stone communities in sheltered alcoves between 600 and 1300 CE. While Cliff Palace and Balcony House draw consistent crowds and require tour reservations, the park's Wetherill Mesa area offers equally impressive archaeological sites with significantly fewer visitors. The Longhouse Cliff Dwelling rivals Cliff Palace in scale and preservation, but receives just a fraction of the visitors, creating a more intimate experience of these ancient spaces. The hidden gem within Mesa Verde is the Petroglyph Point Trail, a moderately challenging 2.4-mile loop that leads to one of the park's largest rock art panels, where ancient symbols carved into the sandstone offer glimpses into the spiritual and cultural life of the ancestral Puebloan people. For 2025, Mesa Verde has expanded its indigenous cultural program, with demonstrations and workshops led by members of the 26 tribes affiliated with the park, creating deeper understanding of the continuing cultural connections between ancient sites and living communities. The majestic Maya archaeological site in North America continues to awe visitors with its mathematical precision and astronomical alignments, while the nearby colonial city of Valladolid offers authentic cultural experiences beyond the ruins. While the central pyramid, El Castillo, draws predictable crowds, the southern group of structures, including the observatory and nunnery complex, offers equally impressive architecture with significantly fewer visitors, particularly in early morning before tour buses arrive from coastal resorts. The hidden gem near Chichen Itza is the colonial city of Valladolid, just 45 minutes east of the archaeological site, where the cenote Izasi provides a perfect swimming opportunity in a natural sinkhole right in the city center, surrounded by authentic Yucatecan restaurants serving regional specialties rarely found in tourist areas. For 2025, the region has implemented a comprehensive visitor management system at Chichen Itza with timed entry tickets and expanded interpretive programs that have dramatically improved the experience while reducing environmental impact on this UNESCO World Heritage Site.
North America's diverse landscapes create extraordinary opportunities for outdoor adventure, from desert canyons and volcanic peaks to whitewater rivers and coastal trails. These 5 destinations showcase the continent's most spectacular adventure experiences, where physical challenge and natural beauty combine to create unforgettable journeys. Destination number 46, the Wave, Arizona-Utah border. This extraordinary sandstone formation in the Coyote Buttes area of Vermilion Cliffs National Monument offers North America's most photogenic desert hike, a landscape where swirling patterns of red and orange rock create surreal formations that seem more painting than geology. Access to this fragile environment is strictly limited to just 64 people daily through a highly competitive permit system, with half available through an advance online lottery, and half through a daily in-person drawing at the Kanab Visitor Center, creating one of North America's most exclusive hiking experiences. The hidden gem near the Wave is White Pocket, a similarly spectacular but less regulated area of twisted sandstone formations accessible via a challenging dirt road that requires high-clearance vehicles, creating a comparable experience for those unable to secure wave permits. For 2025, the Bureau of Land Management has implemented a new guided hiking program for White Pocket, allowing visitors without appropriate vehicles to access this alternative destination, while ensuring environmental protection through controlled access. Destination number 47, West Coast Trail, Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada. This challenging 47-mile coastal route through Pacific Rim National Park Reserve offers North America's most dramatic backpacking experience, a 5 to 7 day journey along beaches, through rainforest and across suspension bridges and ladder systems, in a landscape that combines natural beauty with physical challenge. The trail was originally created as a life-saving route for shipwreck survivors along this treacherous coastline, and today it offers a perfect combination of wilderness immersion and historical interest, with remnants of shipwrecks still visible on certain beaches. The hidden gem of this experience is the optional side trip to the Susiat Falls, a freshwater cascade that plunges directly onto the beach, creating a perfect natural shower and swimming opportunity midway through the journey that many hikers miss in their focus on completing the main route. For 2025, Parks Canada has expanded its Indigenous Guardian program on the trail, with members of the Huayat, Titidat, and Pachidat First Nations sharing traditional knowledge of the coastal environment while monitoring ecological conditions along the route. Destination number 48, Kalalau Trail, Kauai, Hawaii. This challenging 11-mile one-way coastal route along Kauai's Nepali coast offers North America's most spectacular tropical hiking experience. A journey that traverses 5 valleys from Ke'e Beach to Kalalau Beach, requiring stream crossings and narrow cliff traverses that create both challenge and reward. The full trail requires an overnight stay at Kalalau Beach, with permits secured months in advance, but the first 2 miles to Hanakapiai Beach are accessible as a day hike with separate permits that are somewhat easier to obtain, offering a taste of the experience for those unable to commit to the full journey. The hidden gem of this experience is the side trail to Hanakapiai Falls, a challenging but rewarding 2-mile detour from Hanakapiai Beach that leads to a 300-foot cascade plunging into a perfect swimming pool, creating one of Hawaii's most spectacular waterfall experiences that many day hikers miss. For 2025, Hawaii's Department of Land and Natural Resources has implemented a comprehensive trail maintenance program that has improved safety at key stream crossings while preserving the wild character that makes this route so special. Destination number 49, Whitewater Rafting, Middle Fork of the Salmon River, Idaho. This 100-mile journey through the Frank Church River of No Return Wilderness offers North America's premier multi-day rafting experience. A perfect combination of exciting rapids, pristine wilderness, hot springs, and archaeological sites accessible only by river. The river drops 3,000 feet over its course, creating consistent Class 3 to 4 rapids that provide excitement without requiring previous experience, though all trips must be led by licensed outfitters who provide equipment, expertise, and interpretation of the landscape's natural and cultural features. The hidden gem of this experience is the side hike to Vail Falls, a moderate 2-mile round trip from a riverside camp that leads to a unique waterfall cascading over a cave entrance, creating one of the wilderness area's most photogenic and least visited features. For 2025, the Forest Service has implemented a comprehensive river stewardship program that includes visitor education about wilderness ethics, waste management, and cultural resource protection, ensuring this pristine environment remains unspoiled for future generations. Destination number 50, Climbing Ancient Art, Fisher Towers, Utah. This distinctive sandstone spire near Moab offers North America's most photogenic rock climbing experience. A 4-pitch route culminating in the famous corkscrew summit that has become an iconic image in adventure photography. While technical climbing skills and equipment are required for the full route, the Fisher Towers Trail offers non-climbers spectacular views of these otherworldly formations, with the late afternoon light creating perfect photography conditions as the red sandstone glows against the often dramatic desert sky. The hidden gem of this area is the nearby Onion Creek Canyon, a less visited drainage with similar rock formations, numerous stream crossings, and minimal crowds, creating a perfect alternative for those seeking the Fisher Towers landscape without the popularity that has come with its Instagram fame. For 2025, the Bureau of Land Management has implemented a comprehensive climbing management plan that balances recreational access with protection of the fragile desert environment, including designated approach trails and education about the area's cryptobiotic soil crust that takes decades to recover from damage. These 50 extraordinary destinations represent the absolute best of North America in 2025, a continent of unparalleled diversity where natural wonders, vibrant cities, and cultural treasures create lifetime memories for travelers willing to look beyond the obvious. As promised, I'll now share our exclusive North America Dream Route, a perfectly optimized 30-day itinerary that connects 15 of these destinations in a logical sequence, creating the ultimate introduction to the continent's most spectacular experiences. This carefully crafted route balances iconic must-sees with hidden gems, active adventures with cultural immersion, and urban exploration with wilderness experiences. It's designed to minimize backtracking while maximizing diversity of landscapes and experiences, creating a comprehensive North American journey that would typically require months to complete. The route begins in Vancouver, British Columbia, the perfect gateway city with direct flights from Asia, Europe, and throughout North America. After exploring this spectacular urban environment where mountains meet the sea, you'll journey to Vancouver Island for coastal wilderness experiences before returning to the mainland and traveling the Sea-to-Sky Highway to Whistler. From there, you'll fly to Banff National Park for alpine adventures along the Icefields Parkway before continuing to Jasper National Park, completing the Canadian Rockies portion of the journey. A short flight brings you to Seattle, where urban exploration provides perfect contrast to the wilderness experiences. From Seattle, you'll fly to San Francisco for cultural immersion before driving south along the Pacific Coast Highway to Big Sur, experiencing California's most dramatic coastal landscape. Continuing south, you'll reach Santa Barbara wine country before arriving in Los Angeles for a taste of Southern California culture. From Los Angeles, you'll fly to the Grand Canyon for your first southwestern experience, followed by a scenic drive to Zion National Park, and then Moab, Utah, the perfect base for exploring Arches and Canyonlands National Parks. A short flight brings you to Santa Fe, New Mexico, where indigenous and Hispanic cultures create North America's most distinctive cultural destination. The journey concludes with a flight to New Orleans, where the continent's most unique city provides a perfect finale of music, cuisine, and architecture before departure flights home. The complete itinerary, including day-by-day activities, accommodation recommendations, transportation details, and insider tips, is available for download through the link in the description below. We've also included alternative routing options for those with more or less time available. What makes North America extraordinary isn't just its natural beauty or cultural diversity, but the accessibility of these experiences to travelers of all backgrounds and abilities. Whether you're seeking wilderness adventure, cultural immersion, or simply the perfect landscape photograph, this continent offers unparalleled opportunities for discovery and connection. If you found this guide valuable, please support our work by liking this video, subscribing to Epic Travel 360, and hitting the notification bell for more travel wisdom. Share your own North American discoveries in the comments. I personally read and respond to as many as possible. This is Robert from Epic Travel 360, wishing you extraordinary journeys across this remarkable continent. Until our next adventure together, happy travels.